Title: The Last Command. Captain Arjun Mehra stood at the edge of the trench, his eyes fixed on the horizon where the enemy movement had just begun. The dust clouds in the distance were rising fast. He gripped his rifle tighter, his fingers rough and worn from days without rest. The war had changed him not just physically, but deep within his soul. It had been 10 days since his unit had been stationed on the forward line. Supplies were running low, communication was patchy, and the only thing keeping the morale alive was the unwavering leadership of Captain Mehra. He was not the loudest or the most decorated officer, but his presence calmed the men. He knew every soldier by name, remembered their families, and fought beside them like a brother. Each day was a mix of chaos and silence. The battlefield wasn't always exploding shells and machine gun fire. Sometimes it was the eerie stillness before an ambush or the quiet desperation of waiting. Arjun had learned to read the silence. It spoke to him louder than the bullets. On the morning of the 11th day, the unit received intel that a major enemy offensive was expected. They were outnumbered 5-1. Retreat was not an option. They had to hold the line until reinforcements arrived. Arjun gathered his men. Today, we fight not just to defend a post. We fight for those who believe we are standing between them and chaos. We hold the line, no matter what. His voice was firm, but his heart was heavy. He knew the price they might pay. He thought of his wife Anya and their daughter Mira back home. Her last letter was still folded in his breast pocket, close to his heart. He hadn't replied yet. What do you write when you're not sure you'll ever write again? As the sun rose higher, the battle began. Shells rained from the sky, and gunfire echoed across the valley. Arjun moved like a shadow, giving commands, dragging wounded soldiers to safety, and firing relentlessly. His uniform was soaked with blood and sweat, but he didn't stop. His men fought harder just watching him. Hours passed. Smoke filled the air, and visibility dropped. Just when it seemed they couldn't last another moment, the sound of choppers pierced the sky. Reinforcements had arrived, but Arjun was nowhere to be seen. He had been last spotted helping 2 injured soldiers reach cover. When the medics arrived, they found him lying beside them wounded, still holding his rifle, eyes open toward the sky. He had held the line. Back home, Anya received the folded letter with his Medal of Honor. Inside was his last note. If you're reading this, it means I couldn't come back, but know that I didn't go alone. I carried you and Mira in every heartbeat. Tell her her father was brave, but more than that, he believed in peace. And I hope one day she lives in a world that doesn't need men like me to fight for it. The battlefield took Captain A